What is the passive voice? The passive voice is a grammatical construction where the focus changes from the doer to the receiver of the action, from the subject to the object. This tense is used to emphasize the actions or the object receiving the action, either because the subject is unknown or because it is not relevant information. The form of the passive voice is subject plus verb to be in present, past, or future, and the past participle, which is the third column of irregular verbs. The sentence in active voice will be Amy studies English. So you can see that Amy is the subject and studies the verb and English is the object. But if you want to put it on passive voice, you will say English, like the object, is verb to be, studies, past participle, by Amy. So we say English is studied by Amy. So the tense of the verb to be will depend on the tense in the active voice. Example, somebody stole my bike. Switch to my bike was stolen. In the example above, the active voice is in past. So in the other way, we say was stolen. Now, if we say I write a letter, that will change to a letter is written. As we can see, the active voice is in present. So when we change the sentence to passive voice, we still have to use the present. Sometimes a statement in passive is more polite than active voice, as the following example shows. You have made a mistake. Switch to a mistake was made. In this case, I focus on the fact that a mistake was made, but I don't blame anyone. It is important to remember that only verbs that convey action, it means transitive verbs, can be changed to passive voice. Verbs like run, burn, grow, die, and walk are intransitive verbs and therefore can become to the passive voice. Now we have the simple tenses. The form is object plus verb to be in present or past plus past participle of the main verb and the subject or the objective pronoun of the sentence. Examples. Amy studies English. That will change to English is studied by Amy. Or my mother cleans the house will change to the house is cleaned by my mother. The boys wrote a song change to a song was written by them. At future simple we say object plus will be plus past participle of the main verb and the subject or the objective pronoun. Like in the examples, we say Amy will study English change to English will be studied by Amy. Or my mother will clean the house change to the house will be cleaned by my mother. And the boys will write a song change to a song will be written by them. Question. The form is verb to be in past or present plus object plus past participle and the subject or the objective pronoun. As you can see, the only difference between the questions and the sentence is that we change in the order on the verb to be and the object. Examples. Does your mother write a book? Change to is a book written by her? The other. Did she play the piano? Change to was the piano played by her? In future we say will plus object plus be plus past participle plus subject or the objective pronoun. The example says, Will the company employ the people? That will change to will the people be employed by it? And now with the continuous tenses we have object plus verb to be in present or past plus being plus past participle of the main verb and the subject or the objective pronoun. In the example, we say, Amy is studying English. That will change to English is being studied by Amy. Another example will be, my mother is cleaning the house. Switch to, the house is being cleaned by my mother. Now, if we want to say going to, the principal form is object plus verb to be in present plus going to be plus past participle of the main verb and the subject or the objective pronoun. So we will say, Amy is going to study English. That will change to English is going to be studied by Amy. Another one, my mother is going to clean the house. That changed to the house is going to be cleaned by my mother. Now, if we want to ask a question, we say verb to be in past or present plus the object plus being plus past participle and the subject of the adjective pronoun. The example says, is your mother reading a book or writing a book? We will say, is a book being written by her? Another example says, was she playing the piano? That changed to, was the piano being played by her? Perfect tenses. The perfect tenses aren't so differently from the other tenses. The only difference is that in here we have to use has or had, and the form will be object plus has or had plus being, which is the participle of the verb to be, plus past participle of the main verb, and the subject or the objective pronoun. So the examples will say, Amy has studied English. That changed to English has been studied by Amy. Another example says, my mother has cleaned the house. That switched to the house has been cleaned by my mother. The future perfect. The future perfect has the following form. Object plus have plus being plus past participle of the main verb and the subject or the objective pronoun. So the examples will say, Amy will have studied English. That switch to English will have been studied by Amy, or my mother will have cleaned the house. So we will say the house will have been cleaned by my mother. Now, if we want to make questions in present perfect or past perfect, we say has or had plus object plus being plus past participle plus subject or the objective pronoun. The example say, has she written a book? That will change to, has a book been written by her? Or has she played the piano? That will change to, had the piano been played by her? Now, in future, if you want to make a question, the form will be will plus object plus have plus being plus past participle and the subject or the objective pronoun. So the example will say, will the company have employed the people? That changed to, will the people have been employed by it? Those are all the tenses and how to put it in passive voice. So thank you very much, and we hope that you like the video. Goodbye.